Hello everybody, welcome back to Musings by Nikki. This is Nikki. I am here today with a couple of new journals and some new kits and things that I've added into my Etsy shop. So these are made from these, so I could show you what they look like in a book. Plus, I just really wanted to play with them. So I'm going to show you those journals in a minute. I'm going to set them over here for now. And then let's just flip through the kits really quick. This kit comes as two, it comes as a paper pad, both in the regular like 8.5 by 11 and the Traveler's Notebook size, which is what I've made those out of. So I printed off just the regular size, and you would imagine the Traveler's Notebook size is just smaller, and you cut that out and use it to make that size book. It comes as a paper pack with 12 pages of paper, and then an ephemera pack as well. And then there are a couple of other like side bits and bobs that kind of match with it. So this is called Rustic Lovely Florals, and it's like wood grain, kind of like grayed out, washed out white wood backgrounds with newspaper. And then these are kind of some like metal, rusted metal elements that are in the back of some of them, and then there are paper doilies and lace. So kind of the juxtaposition between this rough, torn newspapers and torn lined paper and wood, and some of this metal, and then these beautiful floral images. So there's page 1. Here is page 2. Here is page 3. Let's see, what am I doing? Oops. Page 4. Here's page 5. I love this page. These there's a big piece of lace running in the background, and then there are these lace frames. That's the word I'm looking for. There we go. And here's just some more of that metal frame in the back with lace. Boom! That's an explosion of flowers right there. That's some lined writing space there. There's some more. This is an old, like a handkerchief. Do you guys say handkerchief or handkerchief? Chief. The word on its own is chief, right? No one says that you're a chief. My brain. And then there is another lined page with some ripped newspapers and stuff behind it. So that's the paper pack. The Traveler's Notebook ones are virtually the same. You'll see them in those in the books, but sometimes in shrinking them down, you don't get quite the same edges and stuff when I have to relay it out, but they are basically the same. Then here is the ephemera pack. So there are 9 pages of ephemera, and they are just, here's some big tickets, there's some different journaling cards, and you'll see that how I've used these as tags and things. You could use these as tuck spots. This is like a belly band. You could also use it as a piece of trim along the side. There are some banners, and then some different, you can use these as tags, you can use them as embellishments, you can use these in the center of this, to add interest. You'll see with these, I even cut them down. I just cut off this bottom part and then made it into a tag a couple of times. There are 2 envelopes. This is the first, like that. And this is the second. Then there's a set of tags. These are a little darker background, these are a little lighter, same down here. These are small tags, and these are obviously larger. In case you couldn't tell, good thing I told you, huh? Here are some pockets. These are just cut out and fold them and glue them down. These are some big belly bands. However, you can use these in a lot of different ways. You could cut them down the middle and use them on, you know, two sides of the page to add interest and be tuck spots, you know, so if you cut that in half, that'd be a great little tuck spot. You can cut out this circle part here and then use these bottom parts for collage. Cut the circle out and use that for interest. You could do Wendy's little circle tags where you make a big circle and then a smaller circle and cut it in half and insert one of these as the tag in there. I mean, you could do all kinds of things with this sheet. So don't get caught up in the fact that they look like this. They work great as belly bands and you'll see them in my book that way. But you can do lots of things with this stuff. There are 2 sheets of these. Again, you can use these in lots of different ways. These are white florals, these are more pink. There are 2 sheets of these and they work great as note cards. You'll see how I've made them into little booklets, notebooks. You can do that a couple different ways. You can use them as tuck spots or pockets. You can do all kinds of things with those. Whoops, what am I doing? Okay, yeah, so that's it. That is the 9 pages of ephemera in the ephemera pack. They're all these 3 kits. These first 3 kits are all called the same: Rustic, Lovely, Florals, and that's the paper pack. Then there's the Traveler's Notebook paper pack. Then there is the ephemera pack, and then this is the tri-level tag kit. So let's see. So you get just like with my other ones, you get the background page. So this is just some wood with some washed out florals and a little bit of that framework and stuff on it. So you get the background page, and then here is the base of the tag that you cut out and fold, and then the pockets that go with it. And if you're interested in seeing how this goes together, you'll see how it looks here, like as a finished product. But if you're interested in seeing how I put it together and how all the pieces fit together, I have a video for that, and so that'll be on my channel. You can go, matter of fact, I'll just put it as one of the recommendations at the end of this video. And then here is, there are 2 pages then of all the extra pieces. So the tags, pockets, belly band, the coin envelope, the 2 small tags, and then these are pockets as well. So the things and how they all fit together, and they match with the same kit. So these are the same name, the Rustic, Lovely, Florals tri-level tag. Then I have a couple of sets of tags. These are my ones before I put my label on there. But these are they go well. I mean, they would go with this kit, but they also go really well with my Shabby Lovely kit. They go with some of my other kits as well, but they're just general tags, parchment, kind of some pastel, still bright though, because this is kind of my deal. I like bright. So I've got these, but then my lovely viewer Marion, so hello Marion if you're watching, she and I have had a conversation about how she wanted some very light pastel ones, and so was kind of wondering how that would be juxtapose very light labels against some of the brighter kits that I have. So here we go. I took them to Ultimate Pastel. So these are the Shabby Lovely Pretty Pastels labels, and they look extra great, and I don't know, I would grab it for you, but honestly have no idea right now. Look at how dirty my hand is, by the way. Can you tell I've been crafting? Anyway, I printed these out on ivory cardstock, and they really did look pretty. So they just look very, it's on camera they look extremely washed out, and on the Etsy listing they look that way as well. But they do look very pretty, especially printed out on ivory cardstock. They're very pretty, and they are very light, so they would work with a lot of the other Victorian kits that are out there, and stuff like that. So, and they would also work with the kit that I just made, as does this. This is the wood and lace rip strips. So they're all wood backgrounds. Then these are just lots of pieces of lace going horizontally like this. So tiny little lace, as with my other ones, no repeats. So then these are some doilies, large doilies, and then these are smaller doilies. And then here are a couple of like lace frames with lace in between them. So these would work great. I mean, if you rip them out, you get small little strips of pieces of lace like that, and that's great for collage. But these also would look really great as belly bands or tuck spots. If you use them as a belly band and then you cut one of these out and put it in the middle to add a little interest, some cheesecloth behind it, that'd be really fun. And I don't know why I didn't print these out and use them in the book, because now that I'm looking at them, I'm going, wow, those would have went really well in the book. But yeah, you guys, sometimes these last few days, my body betrays me. So that's why where I've been. So Donna, I'm doing good. Donna, thank you for asking how I've been doing. I've been doing okay. I've just been silent because filming hasn't been my deal the last couple of days, but I'm back. And then this last one, again, it's missing its label because I printed it before I put that on there, but this is the wood and lace labels. So these are all little frames, some white framed ones, some darker framed ones. These I put some lace around the frame with the wood in the middle. This has lace overlay over a knot. This is a little doily in it. So you'll see I've used those. I did remember to use those in my book. So those are the new kits. And then here are the 2 books that I have made. So I printed out the Traveler's Notebook size and made these 2 books. So they are very, very similar. I will show you a little bit slower through the first one, and then the second one I'll just go through it quickly because they are virtually the same, except for their covers, which is the one thing making them a little bit different. I will call this one pink and this one cream or something like that. So this first one has a little button with a little bow behind it, and hanging from the button strings there are some beads, and then there are some beads on the signature ties as well. Let me untie it. It's just tied with pink sari silk. This is not attached at all. It is just loose. And then on the front of it is the tri-level tag that I made the kit to go with this. So I will walk you through how this looks put together. This one has, I put this bow on the front here, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's, filming sometimes. Anyway, I kind of left it dimensional along the side. Can you see that? Do you have any idea what I'm talking about? Am I making any sense? So if you fussy cut around the edge kind of like this, it looks like the bow's actually going over the edge. You wouldn't have to do that, but it's kind of protected by the tags in there. So I just think it's extra cute. And then when you tie the bow, it ties over this bow. Oh, all right. I'm a little too into myself sometimes. All right, here's what it looks like inside. You guys, the one thing I forgot to mention is that as I was making this kit, I was just vibing with the wood and flowers and the lace and all that sort of stuff. And as I was doing it, all of a sudden at some point was like, oh my gosh, this would make a beautiful wedding book kit. Like this would be great for a wedding, or like this tri-level tag would be a great wedding card, like a totally different type of wedding card, or you know, for a bridesmaid or for a bridal shower or something like that. I just thought as I was doing this, I was like, duh, this looks like it would make a perfect wedding book. So if you were making like a guest book or something, or a wedding journal, this would be a great kit for that. So it has these lovely floral pockets with frames around them, and then the belly bands that you assemble. And behind it there is the tag, and then the coin envelope, which has its little journaling card in there. And of course, all of it, when you print that background page on the flip side of all of the templated pieces, then you get everything lined with this, or backed with this wonderful stuff. So right, like the background page, so you don't even have to worry about lining it or aging it up. I ink the edges because duh, I ink everything. Although I am working on a book right now where I'm not inking as much, which is just making me a little weirded out. In this pocket are the two round top tags, round tops, and they are of course backed with the same background paper. And then in this pocket goes sideways, and in here are two tags and a little journal card. So that is how this tri-level tag looks, all cut out and folded up and put together. And like I said in the video that I did on how to assemble this, like, you do you. Go ahead and cut this thing up and use it however you want to, and make new things with it and use pieces of it in your books, and I mean, do whatever you want, right? So that's what that looks like. And then here's the journal. This is some vintage lace along that I've coffee dyed, and that is along the spine, and it continues onto the back. This is some muslin that I double coffee stained kind of and crinkled up really good, so that I could make it extra crunchy and grungy kind of. Shabby. I think I already showed you those. It is a semi-soft cover. I mean, it's flexible cover, right? There is watercolor paper inside of there. And there's this lovely lace along the edge, which goes in here and forms a pocket. I've lined it with this fabric. So this cover has the pink on the inside and the muslin on the outside. The other one is just swapped, so that I can tell the difference. This does form a pocket right here, so you could stick, you know, things in there, ephemera in there, whatever. And then these are the pages of the kit in the traveler notebook size. And I just printed some regular old lined paper onto the backs of them, well, some grungy lined paper, just to have something on the back. Here's one of the belly bands, and that's against this other paper from the kit, and I just have a tag in there. So that's, here, let me put it this way you can see a little more plainly. That's what the belly band looks like, just on its own by itself, just like that. This is a book with one of the embellishments, and then inside, this is a book. This is clearly a bag, not a book, but I put a book in there. So those sheets of tags that I showed you, one of the things that you can do with them is when you're cutting them apart, don't cut down in between them. So you can see, like, right there is where they would be in between. And you just cut chunks of two of them, fold it in half, and now you got yourself a cute little booklet. Staple some papers in there. Yeah, these are just stapled. And so then you've got this cute little booklet that's just hiding inside this bag. On the back there's a half doily and one of the round tags. This is some coffee stained paper with doilies, and then just some collaging with some vintage laces. That's some washi and some ledger. Another page from the kit. This is just a pocket with a little lace collage. Here is one of the those tags that I used for that little booklet. This is just one as a standalone journaling card. This is just a coffee stain tag with some buttons tied on it. And then a little tab, which is sewn on with a little, oh my gosh, what's the word I'm looking for, you guys? My brain. Look at, it's shimmery. There's a word for this. Can you tell? It's like a seashell button, but there's an actual word for it, which of course is just flown out of my brain. This is one of the pockets from the kit. And here's one of the tags from the kit. And then this is just a big tag with a button on a little pin, a bulb pin. There are two big pockets and two smaller ones. You'll see those. These are some of the banners. This is one of the banners from the kit, and this I just cut out of scrap paper like that, and then I sewed them on with a little flap of lace over the top. And then that folds open. This is paper that I have been dyeing with these placemats that I found at Walmart. And so and I am following, or I followed a tutorial by Medieval Mirage, and she had something similar to this. Oh, she had plastic lace, which I would love to know how to get my hands on some of that. But I saw these placemats at Walmart, and I was like, yeah, those would work. And they're like, you can get them there right now, because they're at there right now, because I literally just got them the other day. But you spray the paper. Sorry, this is a total aside, but it's a good tip. So because it's plastic, it holds, it's a little more dimensional than, like, you know, just pieces of lace or something. And so you put it just down in a Rubbermaid bin and spray it with the spray bottle of coffee. I used coffee and tea solution. You spray it, then I put a placemat down, then I put the next piece on, spray it, put the next put the next placemat down, sprayed the placemat, then put my next paper. So I just layered it, sandwiched it, and sprayed in between each layer, and then put it out in the sun. And I totally forgot about it for like the whole day. And then I came back that evening and pulled it out, and I had these lovely impressions. So it's worth it. If you go to Walmart, you could find these in the placemats section right now. Or if you know how to get paper or plastic lace like she had, would be amazing. And if you find it, let me know where you found it. This is from the kit, as is this. This is one of the little ovals, which I've just glued onto this and made it into a little tuck spot and put a ticket behind it. Kit page. Here's another one of those journal cards, and then I just sewed a little muslin, and there's one of the little tags with a little bit of muslin tied on the top. Another page from the kit. Here is another little baby tag. This is behind one of the frames, the frame labels, the wooden lace frame labels, and it says, keep some room in your heart for the unimaginable. Then this is more of that gorgeous paper. This I did not make. This I got from another Etsy seller. And then I made, out of the wood frames, I made 2 little tuck spots, and I put the little round embellishments behind them and up here as well. That's the center of the signature, obviously. Here's where I took one of the banners. I just cut off the bottom, the pointy parts on the bottom, and made it into a little tag. And that is in a pocket that I made out of one of the labels, and it says, choose to see the good stuff. So that's one of the smaller pockets, and it fits the little tags from the kit perfectly. So that fits down in there. And then here's one of the journaling cards. More pages from the kit. This is the other half of that doily, where I have done a little tuck spot again with one of the mini tags. It's another tab with a button. More pages from the kit. This is this middle big one is the banner from the kit. Then this is a piece of embossed paper that I found in my scraps, as this is scrap as well, and then I just sewed them on with some lace over top. And it's the other half of that really fun coffee dyed paper. These are let me just pull it off. This is a pseudo Tracy Fox tag, and these are just ones that I made a while ago and I've had in my stash and just kind of rediscovered. I think I might still have a few sets of these in my shop even, I'm not sure. Anyway, that's those. Here is another frame with a tag behind it and another tag from the kit that's tucked in this pocket. This is the other half of that paper bag. It's got half a doily on here, and that is the half a tag going in there. Then another one of those little booklets, the embellishment. Here is another belly band on the back here. one more little pocket. This one says today is full of possibilities. Has this little collage tag in there with some little lace flappy on there. And the last page, and then here is another, you know, the lace makes another pocket back here. And that is it. That is that first one. So we'll call that one cream colored one. That's a really creative name for it, cream colored one. I'm not going to go through this. It is exactly the same as the other one. They just both come with a fully assembled Rustic Lovely Florals tri-level tag. All right, this one has the pink fabric on the outside, and it has this lovely doily that I got from my aunt on the outside of it. This paper, or this fabric, you guys, when I was a little girl, this is another aside, sorry, but when I was a little girl, there's got to be other people like this too. I had down, my mom gave us all like a down pillow. Actually, I think we maybe got them from my grandma. Mine had almost this exact pink floral fabric on it. Like almost exactly is how I remember it. That's why this is such a nostalgic fabric pattern. So remind me, does anybody else think this looks like pillow ticking that they had on a pillow when they were a little kid? Because it does me. Anywho, total aside, this one has vintage lace along the sides here that forms a tuck spot, and this one has the kind of rough, rustic, grungy, crunched up muslin texture. I love texture. This one is virtually the same. I'm not going to pull all the things out. I'm just going to flip through the pages. There's a belly band there. Has the little book in right there. Tag. There are the little button ones and a little tab. Whoops. Button. Tags from the kit. There are the little banners. Doily. This one has the little tag here. Oops, forgot to turn my phone off. You guys, this kit, so this is the Traveler's Notebook kit that I used, right? The paper kit, I only printed it off once, and I made 2 books with it. So it does, because it has 12 pages. If you're making Traveler's Notebooks, that's 12 pages would be almost a full Traveler's Notebook if you make them chunky like me, or with a page of like coffee stain paper in between each one, you make a quite sizable kit. Otherwise, I just printed them off and I separated them into 2 piles. So each one of these books has 6 pages from the kit. I printed the ephemera kit off once. There's the ABC card. I printed the ephemera kit off once, with the exception of the banners page. I printed that twice, but the rest of it is all spread out between these 2. So they're generous kits. As you can see, I didn't hold back. I put lots of stuff in my books. There's the little half doily pocket, and then there's another booklet in here. Oops, I feel like I skipped a page. There's the little flappy-doo tag right there. And there's the end, and another, you know, pocket to tuck stuff in there. So there is that one. We'll call her pink one. Cream one and pink one. Anyhow, guys, these will be in my shop. Let's see, what is today? Thursday? I will have these in my shop by noon tomorrow, I'll say. All the kits are in there right now, and I will hopefully be back tomorrow or Saturday with a Tracy Fox design team project that I am super excited about, and it's been in my head for a long time. So, but it's kind of fun and totally not what you would expect from me as a design team project. So, how's that for a teaser? Whoever it was that was telling me that I was being nebulous and teasing too much. Thank you guys for stopping by today and hanging out with me a little bit, and thank you for all your wonderful support. Oh my gosh, we went over 1,500 subscribers. I couldn't even believe that many people want to subscribe to my channel and listen to me. Also, it gives me street cred with my kids and stuff, because you know, I'm a like kind of a legit YouTuber when you get 1,500, right? So thank you to everybody. Never was my goal. I just wanted to show my stuff, but I've actually really honestly enjoyed getting to know people and building relationships. And yes, even you, Marion, when you get sassy with me and give me a very honest feedback in my Etsy messages. I love every one of you guys, and I just love it. I love all of our community. Our crafty community is so lovely and wonderful and supportive, and you are a bunch of beautiful souls. So I'll just get done with that. Thank you guys for stopping by. I will see you again very soon. Have a wonderful morning, middle of the day, evening, middle of the night, whatever it is, wherever you are on this wonderful planet of ours. I will see you guys again very, very soon. Take care. God bless. Bye-bye.